I used to feel so devastated. At times I thought we never make it. But now we on our way to greatness. And all that ever took was patience. Baby girl, slide through, slide through, slide through, slide through, ayy. Ain't no time to waste, we got so much shit to do. Slide through, yeah. Slide through, ayy. I'm trying to get up close to you, baby girl, slide through, slide through, slide through, slide through, ayy. Ain't no time to waste, we got so much shit to do. Slide through, slide through, slide through, slide through, ayy. I'm trying to get up close to you.
Yo, what's going on, guys? LA Cool J back with a new video for you guys. And you guys been asking on Twitter, what's the difference between a PvE style tanking and the PvE style tanking here in Albion? Because you know you can run into PvP and vice versa whenever you're out in the world. But as far as like just, you know, straight isolated PvE scenarios, you just change your gear up just a little bit. So we're gonna go in here and we're gonna go about it. I've been tanking in Albion here not super long, just recently, because you guys know I started doing arenas. There wasn't very many tanks, so I started doing tanks just for fun, and I ended up liking it. Tanking is so much fun. You guys know I do healing. That's what I do. I'm a healer. But this is a great thing to do on the side. And if you're playing an MMO and you want to be competitive with it, or you're trying to have sustainability with that MMO, you want to know how each class works. So play each class just a little bit so you understand how the mechanics work for each class. So if you're going against them in a PvP, especially in a PvP game like this, you want to be able to understand what they're bringing to the table. Let's jump in here, guys. We're going to go through here. We're going to run through a quick, just beginner's guide on setting things up. Make sure I have all my gear on me. I don't know, I'm looking over here. You gotta have the pig, guys. You gotta have the pig. Okay, I got both these over here. Okay, so this is the gear that I've been rolling with. Like I said, this is the PvE side of things for isolation. Like if you're gonna be doing expeditions or when you're taking your maps out to do expeditions. Even when you're fame farming, you still want to have a scenario where you're gonna be wearing this kind of stuff because you're not gonna be bringing like Helm hoods to fame farming, unless you're like a really robust crafter and you have thousands of those laying around, or you like have a really rich guild that wants to carry you along with stuff like that. This looks good. Nobody's around here. Got a little dead tree. Cool. Alright, guys, so let's jump into this right here. So what we're working with right here is we're gonna be rocking this right here, the Scholar's Helm. I just say Helm for everything. I know it's called the cow, but whatever. So the Scholar's Helm, because right here we're gonna be doing the energy shield. Now when you do the energy shield, you pop it and increase your resistance by 44% for 8 seconds, which is pretty good. You want to have resistance as a tank, but then also gets you energy back every time you take damage. Now tanking, you're gonna spend a lot of energy because you're always kind of spamming, like, you know, interrupts, or you're spamming, like, you know, taunt and stuff like that. So you want to be able to get your energy back as quick as you can. We're using aggression on here. You wouldn't need to use the efficiency because you're not going to be worrying about losing mana. This is a very high mana ability, like energy. You don't lose energy at all in this. Like, you can always sustain yourself and always be really active. The more energy you have, the more you can do as a tank, so it makes you way better a tank. Sorry about the cough, guys. I just woke up. It's like 7 a.m. here. Alright, so the aggression is where you want to go with that, guys. It's perfect. I promise you. Trust me with that. We're still using the Guardian. You can use all plate. They all have taunt on them. This right here is really good in Feeble Aura for the PvE environment, and you can also switch the stuff around for the PvP. For this right here, you can use, because, well, taunt, what it does is you're going to taunt an enemy and reducing the damage that you take by them for 10%, but also takes them away, the aggro away from your DPS. I basically use this as a fail-safe. You can get taunt through your weapons, so I use this as like if he really ran away and he's going to my healer, going to my DPS, I'll taunt him back to me. That way he's not running, you know. You don't want that on you. You get your DPS getting butt raped by somebody is not good, so you don't want that. And then they'll think you're a shitty tank. Nobody wants that. You don't get discouraged when you start tanking. So taunt is really good. You can use the Enfeebled Aura too, because the Enfeebled Aura, we use it to PvP. It reduces damage you take for everybody around you. You know, right there for 60%, and then also they're slowed, sorry, for 15%. So that's really good because you can control the battlefield. But for beginner tanks, I recommend this. If you get a little bit more advanced tanking, you can rock the Enfeebled Aura because you get your, like I said, you can generate threat through your weapons, which I'll show you in a second. I was using the Guardian boots. And like I said, you can use any plate chest that you feel that you want to use. They all have taunt on them. This is the one that I like because it has 2 versatilities with it. As far as this goes right here, the Guardian boots, I've been using the Night boots a lot. Everybody knows that when you're a healer, Night boots was really strong when you first started healing back in Albion before the meta changed. And so a lot of us healers already have those Night boots built up. And if you don't know what Night boots are, basically I'll show you right now. They're in the plate tree. Where am I going? I'm dumb. Right down here, night boots. So what you're gonna do is gonna have this right here. It's called a shield charge, and you charge to an ally, and you can shield everybody around them. Or basically wherever you charge a shield, at the end of the charge, there's an absorption shield that happens, and it lasts for 3 seconds. So you can literally be standing in the group, and there's like healers and everybody around you, and there's an enemy in front of you, and you can just press your charge to the enemy, and everybody around you will get the shield. It's really cool. It's really strong. If you are going to use this, you can either use the toughness or this, but we'll get to that. So it's really strong, and I advise using that as a beginner, as also it's a really good option. On this right here, I was using this because this right here is really cool because I use it when I'm doing like big pulls, or if like we're starting to get wear down and the healer's running out of mana or something like that. You pop this, and you're gonna double your hit points. So I have 23 right here, so there you go. That's like 46,000 hit points right there. Rough math. I'm not very good at math. And you increase the moving speed by yourself by 25%, which allows you to get around and start, gathering people up, and it just allows you to get out of AOE situations too. You don't want to be stuck in those. And you look really cool because you're all like giant and stuff like that. Like look at that, like bro, you look savage. Look how big you are. It's crazy. But anyway, it does a lot of good stuff, and a lot of people use this in PvP environment too. So this is really good to have that and level it up if you want. Capes, whatever, just whatever you usually have. I still firm believer in the omelets. I use pork omelets. Cooldown's what you need. You can use the other things, sandwiches and all that, but for the health and all that. But I still am a firm believer that the faster you have your cooldowns, the faster you can do damage or heal faster or tank better to get more efficiency. I just believe that. Potions, I rock whatever potions I have because I usually throw these just on the end boss or if something's going crazy. And we have a lot of mobs, and one of the mobs is like more of an elite mob. Toss a potion on him, he'll die super quick. You don't have to worry about getting wrecked. Okay, the weapons. Reason to have heavy mace here because this right here is defensive slam. We're gonna go over that real fast. Defensive slam is really awesome. You slam it on the ground, put a shield around you. You can use this really cool. I use this pretty good. You can use it. It's pretty cool. You put a shield around you and all your allies, which is pretty cool because you're able to shield yourself. But not really many people are gonna be standing with you. Just a lot of range characters in Albion, so this is not really that great for everybody else. It's good for you, but you don't really need it. Right here, though, all the weapons have the threatening strike, so you're going to increase the threat after you strike them, and you're going to hit them for 212 damage and increase the threat generated by them for 3 seconds. This is really cool because you can hit this mob over here, turn to the next mob, and auto attack, and then hit. Then you have threat on both of them without ever having to use your actual taunt, which allows you to keep that taunt for dire situations. And what I was saying was you can use that chest to put the damage reduction around everybody else, and then use this as your just straight your taunt resource. It works really well. It does. It's really strong. You're gonna be rocking interrupt when you're first started tanking here. Interrupt is amazing. You need it to be an interrupt, especially if you're the only melee. Interrupts are crucial to just tanking in general. I only use snare charge on that one expedition where it's snowy and you walk in and there's those dogs down there. Sorry, I just jump in on the dogs, snare them all down, then we wipe them out, and then I switch back to interrupt for the rest of the expedition, whatever you want to call it. Got the cough going on, guys. Let's get some water up in here, right? Hey, hydration. Yeah. Hydration. Alright, so Battle Howl is really super sick because you slam it down, you silence all enemies around you for 7 seconds, and you generate threat to them. That's a really good thing. You generate threat to them after you silence them. So it's a really cool thing to jump in the middle. If you get all of them together, you can silence them. I use this use it in situations where they're casting something, like anything interruptible. Don't just spam it just when you want to grab threat. You want to, unless it's like the dogs, the dogs aren't really do that much. Now, this is pretty cool. Like, the weapon looks cool. I like it. It's pretty cool. But the next weapon that I've been mainly using here lately is going to be this right here, guys. It's going to be the pole hammer. The pole hammer is savage, okay? So you're going to use the same thing here with a threatening strike. And then up here, of course, you're going to have... What's up, dude? You're going to have the bash knee. This is pretty cool. This is really cool for PvP. Because it's basically like a hamstring. You're going to hit them and you're going to slow them for 32% by 8 seconds. It does damage. It's amazing. Still going to be using the threatening strike though when you're first starting out to allow you to be able to grab, generate, threat, and all that. Now this thing right here, this does a lot of damage. Like just look at it too. It's pretty cool. Like when you're we'll let it when it's charging. Let's switch to it. You wind up and you do a heavy bash on the ground and you do 700 to whatever damage you can do depending on the tier of the weapon. And it just does an AOE cone of damage in front of you. Like, look at that. and it does so much damage. Like, it's a big old AoE, but it's really cool. But I use dash. I use this right here, slowing charge. So the slowing charge is going to allow you to charge through whatever location that you select, and it's going to be targetable. And then when you're going through, you're going to run through all the enemies that you run through. You're going to slow them by 50% rate second. This is incredible, guys, because you can slow all these mobs trying to get, before you can generate threat. So I run in, I dash, slow them, and then I generate threat on the most deadliest mob, which would be like elite mobs, not like little ads, but elite mobs. And then you go around and start grabbing threat on the other ones there. It's really easy. It's really strong. This right here, Groundbreaker, you're going to it's target button. This thing goes, the reason I'm using this over the other hammer real fast, guys, because you're going to see a lot of people talk about this and ask you why you're not using it. It's really great. The heavy hammer, it's the great hammer, whatever, it's so amazing. But like, tackle, so you're charging to something and you're stunning all enemies in your way. That's really cool. You can use it for situations, but I like this one way better because you can position yourself to be able to just stun everybody without having to, like, say you're over here and you gotta stun all these guys back here and you're over here tanking. You don't have to actually, like, go over there and actually charge to them and run back. I'm over here attacking this guy, generating threat, doing damage. Somebody behind me is pulling an AoE on somebody. I turn around, do the slam, it stuns them. I go back to this. Didn't even have to move what I was doing. They can be super far away. Guys, this thing is, look at this. This thing goes super far. Like, and it stuns everybody in that way. I mean, like, it's really, 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 really strong, guys. I can't emphasize on how strong that really is. To have this, to be able to be here tanking and do stuns way away. That's really strong. I'm just using the energy. It's not a big deal. When I get the life leech, oh, sorry guys, that's what I'm gonna say. I use life leech on all of them. This is gonna make yourself more sustainable, make it easier for you. Unless you have just like the god tier tank, and you can kind of figure out which one you want to use. Like maybe the stunning strike, but you're not gonna be doing that many auto attacks. So on this, I'm just using the energy strike because it's whatever. It's better than using the stunning. But when I get life leech open, like I said, I just started tanking with the pole hammer, so that's why it's only tier 5. Alright guys, let me show you, this is pretty much it, man. These are the setups you want to go with, guys. Let me show y'all some, basically some tricks. So, say there's a mob here, here, and here, okay? And when you're running into those mobs, they're going to funnel down to you. So when they see you, they're going to funnel right down into you, okay? So you're going to run in, and you're going to do your slide, which is going to slow all them. And when you're doing your slide, you're going to turn around, and you're going to stun them. And then that way, they're stunned, and by the time that they have an AoE or anything stunnable to come, or anything to interrupt to come up, you already have your interrupt back up because it's already off cooldown because you have your omelets up. So you're coming in, you're gonna see there, and you're gonna wait for it, and you're gonna slide through, and when you slide through, you're gonna turn around, boom, stun all of them. And then there you go. That's how you do it, guys. It's pretty much that simple, and it's that simple. That's it. With this weapon here, the only thing you would want to do if you had a snare charge on, snare charge is pretty cool because the way you can do you can do a leap silence. This is very common knowledge, guys. Everybody does this, especially in like a PvP environment. Like you do a leap silence. You leap to location, land silence, and then everything around there is silence, and they're also locked down. So that's it, guys. This is a little quick guide for y'all. If you have any more questions, drop them down below. Let me know about some taking builds that you guys got going on. Like I said, this is more of a PvE style build than more of like a PvP, because PvP you be doing Hellion Hood and Druid Sandals and stuff like that. Alright guys, let me know if you have any questions or any comments. Tell me if you like it, hate it, whatever. As always, follow me over on Twitch, and if you want to come join and play with us. I play with my viewers and subs all the time. Come on guys, jump on in. We'll see you guys soon. You guys have a wonderful day. Much love.